Believe it or not, I have never tried the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blushes, and I was very kindly gifted 2 shades of this, so I didn't even realize this until I was gifted these, but they've got a matte version and a dewy version. So I'm just going to try them both out today because I'm not leaving the house, so I don't mind them being different colors. So I've got the dewy blush in the shade Virtue and the matte blush in the shade Grace. Let's do Virtue first, just because I feel like this is my kind of color, and I also much prefer a dewy finish personally. That's what the color's looking like. I've obviously seen people do like one tiny dot of these, so I will literally just do that much. And then I'm using the Rare Beauty blush brush because this is the best and only blush brush I will ever use ever in my life. So let's just see. Yep, definitely looking pigmented. I am intrigued though to see how well this can blend out, even though I only applied it in that one tiny spot. Wow, that's pretty impressive blending, to be fair. I mean, that one tiny dot was enough, which is crazy. I could maybe do like a tiny bit more, but I think I'm gonna leave it just because I do actually think that has added a very nice flush. So I really like the way that blended out. Obviously, it was very quick and easy. I don't think it looks patchy at all, and I like the finish it's given. I wouldn't say it's the most radiant blush I've ever used, but it's definitely a nice natural sort of finish on me. But yeah, really happy with that so far. Now let's try the shade Grace. This is definitely not a shade I would have ever picked out for myself, and it's supposed to be matte, so I'm gonna potentially use even less of this. Oh no, I think I accidentally used too much. Oh well, we're here now. Let's see how far this takes us. Oh yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I can't tell if I use too much or if this color just doesn't suit me, or like I'm just not used to this sort of color on myself. It obviously did blend out really quickly, but I definitely think this looks like too much on me. I'm also confused because can anyone else see like a tiny little pink dot here? I think that's where I first applied it, and it looks like maybe some has gone a tiny bit patchy with the matte one, or like stuck on certain skin texture that I have. Actually, yeah, now that I look close up, this one does look a tiny bit patchy to me. What do you think? Either way, it still blended really nicely, and I think it does look nice from afar. So overall, I can't really say I don't like these, just because especially the dewy one, it's the exact kind of finish I like. I think it blended nicely. I think it looks really nice. I also love this shade actually on me, but I just don't know if I would pick these up over my other liquid and cream blushes because I hate having to think about how much you're applying. I do think they're very different from other blush products I've tried, which is great, and I know that they work really well for all sorts of skin tones. So I definitely think there's a huge gap in the market for these products. I think they are really good, and I probably will use this, but just not as often as my other blushes, if that makes sense. And then the matte one, again, it's not an awful product. Just can't see myself picking up this, especially because of the color. So let me know what you think if you've tried these, and thanks for watching.